inside the village. Enemy reinforcements. They just keep coming.
I'll take care of this.
You're not getting away!
Enemy reinforcements. They're retreating. We won!
Honestly, I'm actually shocked.
Oh, really? Here come the excuses.
Not at all. I'm actually shocked you would use for assignment this new research. Don't mean to expand.
What the?
So, it's been a while. Yeah, I know it's pretty bad. I haven't uploaded in 3 months. But what's important is I'm back now. For how long? I don't really know. But let's just enjoy while it lasts. Anyways, it's been a fair few chapters since I've actually cut.
Yeah, boy.
Nani?
Weird.
What?
Well done.
Today we're doing Dragon Ball Z challenge. Those are magic beans. It will give you the powers to transform.
Let's play.
Enderman. Go Android 17.
Bring it on.
Eggman. You're next. Go.
Let's go! Nice.
Slime, you are next.
Why don't we find out who the strongest Namekian is?
Well,
Nani?
you are next.
Okay. Oh, come on, man.
Go. You are next.
I'm Super Vegeta!
You are next. Go.
Okay.
So we found these nice people out here, and they got a little situation with side by side. They're precarious position in front of your very eyes. You haven't even noticed. A seemingly minor character has manipulated the entire series all along. Even something as insignificant as Itachi's forehead poke has a secret malicious purpose in this grand conspiracy. It all concerns Yashi. Rolling your eyes already? This is exactly what they wanted you to do. Because if you realize how Hiyashi has masterfully manipulated others throughout the entire series, even including the current Boruto series today, you'll come to realize that in Wano, Hyuga is the most powerful clan in Konoha isn't referring to their fighting power. This is something that has been brewing since the very start of ninja history. And it all comes from one little phrase people overlook. The phrase that has been misunderstood so massively it nearly led to the Earth's destruction, Amura's celestial decree. You might recognize it as the decree that was misinterpreted by his descendant Honoring, leading to the events of the Naruto movie The Last. But the original celestial decree was never actually stated, and for good reason, because this decree was so secret that only Phase 1 of the Grand Plan was only just achieved in Boruto's time. Phase 2 may have also decided Boruto's fate. You'll soon come to realize what the true decree really was as we go through the series. As heir, Hiyashi would get to enjoy his childhood, because when he was a bit older, the truth was revealed. It would turn his whole world upside down. During his adolescence, his father, the previous head of the Hyuga, summoned him to a meeting. It was top secret. He was told about the celestial decree. With this came shock. His whole childhood was spent thinking about everything he would be spoiled by. All the money, toys, and friends. But now he must do this instead. However, once his father explained the benefits, the teenage Hiyashi started to understand. So although Hiyashi never asked for any of this, he started to see himself as the last hope for peace in the world. And as such, he became devoted to his duty. After all, if he failed, he would be just another name in the Hyuga family. No legacy, no accomplishments, no nothing. Fate worse than death for someone in the proud Hyuga clan. Even then, what would cause such a change in the young Hiyashi? It was an ancient legend, a tale nearly as old as time itself. But before we reveal it, we'll first look at how it impacted nearly every part of Naruto's life. Upon hearing the tale from his father, teenage Hiyashi got to work. His goal? Uzumaki White. Why? You'll soon see. There was a problem. There were barely any Uzumaki left. Since their village and clan horse pools had been annihilated, only a few had survived. And since the Uzumaki bloodline was so precious, everyone with power and status wanted to be married to one. Even Hashirama Senju, the first Hokage, used his position in the village to marry Mito Uzumaki. In current times, the fourth Hokage, Minato Namikaze, had married Kushina Uzumaki as they had grown up as childhood sweethearts. This meant that Hiyashi had missed his opportunity and had to settle for another wife. He was distraught. How would he unite the clans now? All of the female Uzumaki were married, and their name had all but died out. Now it only existed in rare places, in the far corners of the world. So, things weren't looking good for the clan. Hiyashi was tempted to give up. Then he thought back to the origins of the clan. Amura Otsutsuki, the brother to the legendary Sage of Six Paths. It was he who'd entrusted the Hyuga with this job, to unite the clans no matter what. Although Hiyashi wanted to live a normal life, he could never be that selfish. But just when all hope was lost,
a little whisper flew into his ear. As a key figure of Konoha, Hiyashi would hear these whispers of things going around in the village all the time. The Hyuga were a vital plan to the village. It's no surprise that they would hear its inner workings. One of those whispers, though, was about Kushina Uzumaki. She was pregnant and was born. Hiyashi had been given an opportunity, and with it, he knew what had to be done. 2 months later, his wife became pregnant. Hiyashi prayed his desperate gamble had paid off. Soon enough, he found out his child was going to be a girl. However, Kushina and Minato had died a tragic death while fighting the Ninetales. Before Hiyashi started to despair, he heard that their son, Naruto, became the Jinchuriki of the Ninetales in the process. Now, not only was he an Uzumaki, but he also had the super powerful Ninetales chakra. Upon finding this out, Hiyashi is delighted. The plan was reborn. It wouldn't be himself who unites the clans. No, it would be his child that would do so. He had spent most of his life believing he was the chosen one, that it'd be him to marry an Uzumaki. But alas, no. After all, the plan had existed for millennia. What was one more generation? When Hamura had conceived of the mission all those years ago, he was happy to entrust it to others. Thus, so too would Hiyashi. But he decided he'd work behind the scenes, in the shadows, ensuring the necessary steps for its completion, no matter the cost. From that moment on, Hiyashi devoted his life to bringing his daughter Hinata and Naruto Uzumaki together. Wouldn't be easy, and there were a lot of hurdles to overcome. But he sought help in the least likely of places, with the Uchiha. The
Here's your iPhone 13 on us.
About time we switched.
Total sketch you, Diego. Hey, good luck tonight.
Total Wireless, the Uchiha were a key part in this plan too. You see, Hamura had realized something. Both he and his brother had been extremely strong, yet neither of them were close to the same level as their mother, Agumi. In fact, their mother's power was actually split between them. This meant it was even further divided in their descendants. But although fractured and scattered, that power remained, waiting for somebody to unite. So, to truly bring peace, two aspects of chakra would have to come together again.